we should start with your team. We should start about Atlanta because if you looked at their roster at the beginning of the year and you looked at their roster right now, nearly every center back on the roster from the start of the season is gone. Luis Abram, Efren Morales, Noah Cobb, Derek Williams. Have a good one. See you later. They're all gone. Noah Cobb is on loan, so he will come back. But everybody else gone for good. They brought in two center backs, Enea Mihaj from Portugal and Juan Berrocal on loan from Getafe. I want to just throw it over to you here. What the heck is the plan? Because right now it seems like it's blow it all up and see what happens in 26. What do you think?
I don't necessarily agree with the moves, but I can understand what the logic is behind them because you brought in, and I mentioned this on Monday's episode, but yeah, no, Monday's episode. You brought in three. Well, I guess technically you only brought in two. Wow, this is already a disaster. You brought in two designated players to go along with your already acquired midseason designated player, all of whom are in their primes right now. So while Morales and Cobb, I would have liked to have both seen them stay because I think they have good potential. It seems like the direction they're going with is we're going to bring in center backs that can help us win now while we are trying to make the most of the designated players that we had just brought in who are 31 years old, 29 years old, and 26 years old. So if that's the logic, I can understand that. But that again, I don't agree with the moves that they're making. I feel like I just don't see a direction for the team right now. I'm a little lost on the direction of like where are we going? Because to me, maybe a new coach kind of resolves some of it, but even before the season started, I said this back line needs a lot of work because it is a mess, and it is proving very much to be the case for this team.
Tell them. Tell them what they need to know. Tell them that Atlanta has no direction. No direction at
Grace, pee on
all.
the carpet. Pee on the carpet.
You're so big, I know, right? One, two. Oh my goodness gracious. She took the scarf off my neck. Yeah, to me, this is Atlanta saying that we have the pieces in the attack, whether they are working together or not, we've got them. But the defenders have not panned out. And you've mentioned that a ton of times when we talk about Atlanta is they've got the attacking pieces, but their defenders are bad. So this is to me them saying, let's wipe the slate clean, see if a few more reinforcements will get us above the line, and then just go back at it again next year. Which I think is bold because they're currently left with Stian Gregerson and the two new faces we mentioned before as their only center back options to end the year. So one injury means that you're down to basically nobody, which doesn't scream going for it to me. It seems roll the dice and see what happens. Now, regardless, and we mentioned this last episode, I think that the issue is not just the defenders, but I think the coach hasn't gotten it right. I think Ronnie hasn't figured out how to put this team in a position of success, and I have doubts that even if you go and invest, you know, Inter Miami level of Tam Gam on, 22 to 25-year-old center backs, I'm not convinced Ronnie Dyla is going to figure it out. So, the plan for 2025 to me, hope, pray, blow it up, and see what happens.
I mean, maybe the goal is try to get these guys in. Like maybe the goal is 2026 and it's not 2025, and they're bringing him in now to get them a little bit more settled in. That's kind of what I can hope for because I do agree with you. For one, I don't think there's a point in going for it at this point in this season. You're 14 points out of the playing game. But also you have three center backs on the roster, which is just not enough if you're pushing for it. Because as you said, one injury and you are literally at your wits' end of center backs. So I'm hoping it means aim for next year and try and add a couple more guys next year to get the depth. But we'll see. It's always a big question mark when it comes to this team.
Well, they're going to
They can't
have
get
to
anything right
because
nowadays.
their depth was Efren Morales and Noah Cobb, who both just walked out the door.
Well,
Um,
Cobb, like you said, will be back.
yeah, Cobb will be back,
I guess
but the thing is, he's going to come back, and Berrocal is going to go. He's on loan too, so you know your depth isn't going to improve. Now, I think Berrocal's in for the the mid-season. He'll go back this time next year, where Cobb might come back at the beginning of the year, whatever. But it doesn't make sense for 2025, you know. And again, yes, I understand that they are relatively out of it with just a few games to go, which still blows my mind. It feels kind of I don't love it. Don't love it.